Welcome to our exploration of the art of war, a timeless military treatise attributed to Sun Tzu. This ancient Chinese text, composed over 2,400 years ago, continues to influence leaders, strategists, and thinkers around the world. Today, we'll journey through its origins, the life of Sun Tzu, and the enduring wisdom that has shaped both Eastern and Western approaches to conflict and strategy. Whether you're interested in history, leadership, or personal development, the lessons from the art of war remain as relevant as ever. Let's begin by understanding the context in which this remarkable work was created. Sun Tzu, also known as Sun Wu, was a native of the ancient Chinese state of Qi. His reputation as a master strategist brought him to the attention of King Ho Lu of Wu. Sun Tzu's expertise was put to the test in a legendary episode where he demonstrated his command over discipline and leadership by drilling palace concubines as soldiers. This story, whether fact or legend, highlights Sun Tzu's unwavering commitment to military principles and his belief in the importance of clear communication and strict discipline. His life, though shrouded in mystery, set the stage for the creation of one of history's most influential texts. One of the most famous anecdotes about Sun Tzu involves his demonstration of military discipline using 180 palace ladies. When the king requested a test of Sun Tzu's theories, he divided the women into two companies and gave clear commands. When the women laughed and failed to obey, Sun Tzu held their leaders accountable, even executing them despite the king's protests. This act, though severe, underscored his belief that responsibility for discipline lies with the commander, and that clear orders must be followed for an army to function effectively. The story became a powerful symbol of leadership and the importance of authority. After proving his abilities, Sun Tzu was appointed general by King Ho Lu. He played a crucial role in Wu's military campaigns, including victories over the powerful state of Chu and the capture of its capital, Wying. Sun Tzu's strategies instilled fear in neighboring states and elevated Wu's status among the feudal kingdoms. Although historical records about Sun Tzu are sparse, his reputation as a master tactician and his influence on Chinese military thought are undisputed. His experiences on the battlefield provided the foundation for the principles outlined in The Art of War. The historical existence of Sun Tzu has been the subject of debate among scholars. While ancient historians like Ma Xiaqin accepted Sun Tzu as a real figure, others have questioned whether he was a composite character or even a pseudonym for a group of strategists. Some argue that the absence of Sun Tzu's name in certain historical records casts doubt on his biography. Nevertheless, the consensus remains that the 13 chapters attributed to Sun Tzu were composed during the late spring and autumn period, reflecting the realities of warfare at that time. Regardless of the author's identity, the wisdom of the text endures. The Art of War is organized into 13 concise chapters, each addressing a different aspect of warfare and strategy. These chapters cover topics such as planning, waging war, tactical dispositions, energy, strengths and weaknesses, maneuvering, and the use of spies. The text's brevity and clarity have contributed to its lasting appeal. Over the centuries, numerous commentaries have been written to interpret and expand upon Sun Tzu's teachings, making the work a living document that continues to evolve with each generation of readers and strategists. The journey of the art of war from ancient China to the modern world is a fascinating tale of translation and adaptation. The first known European translation appeared in French in 1782, followed by early English versions in the early 20th century. Lionel Giles's translation, published in 1910, is widely regarded as one of the most scholarly and influential. Giles's work included not only the translation but also extensive notes and commentary, helping Western audiences appreciate the depth and nuance of Sun Tzu's philosophy. Today, the text is available in countless languages and editions worldwide. Over the centuries, The Art of War has attracted a distinguished roster of commentators. From Tsao, the legendary general and statesman, to poets and scholars like Mei Yaoxiachen and Tu Mu, each brought their own perspective to Sun Tzu's work. These commentaries often reflect the military, political, and philosophical concerns of their times, enriching the original text with historical anecdotes and practical examples. The tradition of commentary has ensured that The Art of War remains a dynamic and evolving work, open to new interpretations and applications. The Art of War has been praised by both military leaders and literary figures throughout Chinese history. Generals such as Han Hsin and Yo Fei studied its pages, while writers like Su Sun drew inspiration from its maxims. The text's influence extends far beyond the battlefield, shaping political strategy, business tactics, and even sports. Its concise, elegant style and practical wisdom have made it a staple of both scholarly study and popular culture. The enduring appeal of Sun Tzu's work lies in its universal insights into human nature and conflict. Despite its focus on warfare, The Art of War is deeply concerned with questions of morality and ethics. Sun Tzu emphasizes that war should be a last resort, undertaken only when necessary to restore peace and order. He warns against the dangers of reckless militarism and advocates for strategies that minimize destruction and suffering. Throughout Chinese history, thinkers have debated the moral implications of war, often citing Sun Tzu's work to argue for restraint, wisdom, and the responsible use of power. At the heart of Sun Tzu's philosophy are 5 constant factors that govern the art of war: moral law, heaven, earth, the commander, and method and discipline. These elements encompass everything from the harmony between ruler and people, to the influence of weather and terrain, the character of the leader, and the organization of the army. By understanding and balancing these factors, a general can lay the groundwork for victory. Sun Tzu's holistic approach reminds us that success in conflict depends on much more than brute force. The first of Sun Tzu's 5 factors, the moral law, refers to the unity and harmony between a ruler and his people. When the people are in accord with their leader, they will follow him willingly, even in the face of danger. This principle is closely related to the concept of morale in modern military thinking. Sun Tzu believed that a strong moral foundation was essential for any successful campaign, as it fosters loyalty, discipline, and resilience among the troops. Sun Tzu's second and third factors, heaven and earth, represent the external conditions that influence warfare. Heaven refers to natural phenomena such as weather, seasons, and time, while earth encompasses distances, terrain, and the relative safety or danger of different locations. A wise commander takes these factors into account, adapting his plans to the realities of the environment. By mastering the interplay between heaven and earth, a leader can turn the elements to his advantage. The fourth factor, the commander, highlights the importance of leadership qualities in warfare. Sun Tzu identifies wisdom, sincerity, benevolence, courage, and strictness as essential virtues for a general. A commander who embodies these traits inspires confidence and loyalty in his troops, maintains discipline, and makes sound decisions under pressure. Sun Tzu's emphasis on character reminds us that the outcome of battles often hinges on the qualities of those who lead. The final factor, method and discipline, refers to the organization and management of the army. This includes the division of troops, the establishment of ranks, the maintenance of supply lines, and the enforcement of rules and rewards. Sun Tzu believed that strict discipline and clear methods were essential for maintaining order and effectiveness in the chaos of war. By ensuring that every soldier knows his role and follows orders, a commander can maximize the strength and cohesion of his forces. Sun Tzu teaches that victory can often be predicted by carefully comparing the strengths and weaknesses of both sides. He outlines 7 considerations, including leadership, discipline, training, and morale, which can help a commander forecast the outcome of a conflict. By objectively assessing these factors and adapting to changing circumstances, a wise leader increases his chances of success. Sun Tzu's approach emphasizes preparation, flexibility, and the importance of knowing both oneself and the enemy. A recurring theme in the art of war is the need to adapt plans to the ever-changing realities of the battlefield. Sun Tzu warns against rigid adherence to abstract principles, advocating instead for flexibility and responsiveness. He famously states that all warfare is based on deception, urging commanders to mislead the enemy, exploit opportunities, and modify their strategies as conditions evolve. This dynamic approach has inspired generations of leaders to remain agile and creative in the face of uncertainty. One of Sun Tzu's most famous maxims is that all warfare is based on deception. By appearing weak when strong or strong when weak, a commander can mislead the enemy and gain a decisive advantage. Sun Tzu advocates for the use of feints, ambushes, and psychological tactics to confuse and demoralize opponents. This principle has found applications far beyond the battlefield, influencing everything from business negotiations to sports strategy. Before engaging in battle, Sun Tzu emphasizes the importance of thorough planning and calculation. He describes how ancient generals would deliberate in temples, weighing every possible outcome before committing to action. The general who makes many calculations is more likely to win, while those who neglect preparation court disaster. This focus on foresight and careful analysis remains a cornerstone of effective strategy in any field. In the chapter on waging war, Sun Tzu discusses the immense costs associated with military campaigns. He warns that prolonged conflicts drain resources, exhaust soldiers, and impoverish the state. The wise commander seeks swift, decisive victories, avoiding unnecessary battles and minimizing the burden on his people. This pragmatic approach to warfare underscores Sun Tzu's belief that the ultimate goal is not destruction, but the restoration of peace and stability. Sun Tzu advises generals to minimize the strain on their own resources by foraging on enemy territory whenever possible. He notes that a single cartload of enemy provisions is worth far more than supplies brought from home, due to the costs and risks of transportation. By making use of local resources and rewarding soldiers for capturing enemy goods, a commander can maintain the army's strength and morale while weakening the opponent. For Sun Tzu, the primary objective of war is victory, not the pursuit of glory or the prolongation of conflict. He cautions against campaigns that drag on as they sap the strength of both the army and the nation. The most skillful commanders achieve their goals with minimal fighting, preserving their own forces and avoiding unnecessary suffering. This focus on efficiency and restraint is a hallmark of Sun Tzu's strategic philosophy. Sun Tzu ranks the highest form of warfare as winning without fighting. The best strategy is to break the enemy's resistance through cunning, alliances, and psychological tactics rather than direct confrontation. If battle is unavoidable, it is better to capture the enemy's forces and territory intact rather than destroy them. Besieging fortified cities is considered the least desirable option, as it is costly and destructive. This preference for indirect methods has influenced countless military and non-military strategies throughout history. The general is described as the bulwark of the state. Sun Tzu warns that rulers can bring disaster by interfering with military operations, issuing impractical orders, or failing to adapt to battlefield realities. The most successful generals are those who know when to fight and when to avoid battle, who can handle both superior and inferior forces, and who are not hampered by political interference. This emphasis on professional expertise and autonomy remains relevant in modern leadership. Perhaps the most famous lesson from the art of war is the importance of self-knowledge and understanding the enemy. Sun Tzu states that if you know both yourself and your opponent, you need not fear the outcome of 100 battles. But if you lack knowledge of either, defeat is likely. This principle applies not only to warfare but to any competitive endeavor, from business to sports to personal challenges. Sun Tzu teaches that the best fighters secure themselves against defeat before seeking victory. This means preparing thoroughly, concealing one's intentions, and waiting for the right opportunity. True excellence lies in winning with ease, without unnecessary risk or effort. The most skillful commanders achieve their objectives so smoothly that their victories appear effortless and attract little attention. According to Sun Tzu, security against defeat lies in defensive tactics, while the ability to defeat the enemy depends on taking the offensive. A skilled general knows when to defend and when to attack, adapting his approach to the strengths and weaknesses of both sides. By mastering both aspects, a commander can control the course of the conflict and maximize his chances of success. Sun Tzu outlines a systematic approach to strategy, involving measurement, estimation of quantity, calculation, balancing of chances, and ultimately victory. By carefully assessing the terrain, the strength of forces, and the probabilities of success, a commander can make informed decisions and avoid unnecessary risks. This analytical mindset is a key component of Sun Tzu's enduring appeal to strategists in all fields. In the chapter on energy, Sun Tzu compares the force of an army to the momentum of a rolling stone. By concentrating energy and striking at the right moment, a commander can achieve overwhelming impact. The key is to harness both direct and indirect methods, combining them in creative ways to keep the enemy off balance. This principle of focused energy and timing is as relevant in business and sports as it is in warfare. Sun Tzu distinguishes between direct, frontal, and indirect surprise or flanking tactics. The most effective strategies combine both, creating endless possibilities for maneuver and deception. Just as 5 musical notes can produce infinite melodies, the interplay of direct and indirect methods allows for limitless variations in strategy. Mastery lies in knowing when and how to shift between these approaches. A hallmark of Sun Tzu's approach is the use of simulated disorder to mislead the enemy. By appearing disorganized or weak, a commander can lure opponents into traps or overextend their forces. Beneath the surface, however, lies perfect discipline and coordination. This art of masking true intentions is a powerful tool in both warfare and negotiation. Sun Tzu teaches that success comes from attacking the enemy's weak points and avoiding their strengths. By carefully observing and analyzing the opponent, a commander can identify vulnerabilities and strike where resistance is minimal. This principle applies not only to military conflict, but to any situation where competition or negotiation is involved. A key strategic advantage lies in concentrating one's own forces while causing the enemy to divide theirs. By keeping your intentions secret and striking unexpectedly, you force the opponent to spread their resources thin, making them vulnerable to focused attacks. This principle of concentration versus division is a recurring theme in Sun Tzu's work and remains central to modern strategy. Sun Tzu compares military tactics to water, which adapts its course to the shape of the land. Just as water avoids obstacles and seeks the path of least resistance, a wise commander adapts to changing circumstances and avoids predictable patterns. There are no fixed rules in warfare. Success depends on the ability to adjust and innovate in response to the enemy's moves. Speed is a recurring theme in the art of war. Sun Tzu warns that delays sap morale, exhaust resources, and give the enemy time to prepare. The most effective commanders act swiftly, seizing opportunities before they disappear. By maintaining momentum and keeping the enemy off balance, a leader can achieve decisive victories with minimal cost. Prolonged wars are costly and dangerous, according to Sun Tzu. He emphasizes the importance of achieving objectives quickly and efficiently, avoiding drawn-out campaigns that drain resources and morale. This lesson is as relevant today as it was in ancient times, reminding leaders to focus on clear goals and avoid unnecessary entanglements. Sun Tzu recognizes the importance of rewarding soldiers for their achievements and maintaining high morale. He advises commanders to treat captured enemy soldiers kindly and to use captured resources to motivate their own troops. By fostering a sense of purpose and rewarding success, a leader can inspire loyalty and determination throughout the ranks. Sun Tzu cautions against besieging fortified cities, describing it as the least desirable form of warfare. Sieges are costly, time-consuming, and often result in heavy casualties. Instead, he advocates for strategies that avoid direct confrontation, such as cutting off supplies, undermining alliances, or using psychological tactics to force surrender. This preference for indirect methods reflects Sun Tzu's broader philosophy of achieving victory with minimal loss. Throughout The Art of War, Sun Tzu emphasizes the psychological dimension of conflict. By manipulating the enemy's perceptions, sowing confusion, and exploiting fear or overconfidence, a commander can gain a decisive edge. Psychological warfare is not limited to the battlefield. It is a powerful tool in diplomacy, business, and everyday life. In the final chapter, Sun Tzu discusses the critical role of intelligence and espionage. Accurate information about the enemy's plans, strengths, and weaknesses is essential for making sound decisions. By cultivating a network of spies and informants, a commander can anticipate the enemy's moves and act with confidence. This focus on intelligence gathering remains a cornerstone of modern strategy. The Art of War has transcended its origins as a military manual to become a universal guide to strategy and leadership. Its principles have been applied in politics, business, sports, and personal development. The text's emphasis on adaptability, preparation, and psychological insight continues to inspire readers around the world. As we face new challenges in an ever-changing world, the wisdom of Sun Tzu remains as valuable as ever. For those interested in delving deeper into the world of ancient Chinese military thought, there are many related texts and commentaries to explore. Works such as Wu Tzu, Ssu Ma Fa, and Liu Tao offer additional perspectives on strategy and warfare. Modern translations and scholarly studies provide valuable context and analysis, helping readers appreciate the richness and complexity of this tradition. The enduring appeal of The Art of War lies in its universal insights into human nature, conflict, and leadership. Sun Tzu's teachings remind us that true strength lies not in brute force, but in wisdom, adaptability, and understanding. Whether on the battlefield or in everyday life, his principles offer guidance for overcoming obstacles, seizing opportunities, and achieving lasting success. Today, the lessons of The Art of War are applied in boardrooms, classrooms, and personal lives around the globe. Its emphasis on preparation, flexibility, and psychological insight provides a roadmap for navigating complex challenges. By studying Sun Tzu's work, we can learn to think strategically, act decisively, and lead with integrity in any field. As we conclude our journey through The Art of War, it's clear that Sun Tzu's wisdom transcends time and culture. His teachings on strategy, leadership, and human nature continue to resonate in our modern world. By embracing his principles of adaptability, preparation, and psychological insight, we can navigate the complexities of life with greater confidence and success. Thank you for joining us in exploring this enduring masterpiece.